Okay, so ready to dive into something kind of cool.
Always.
We're talking about green eyes, like those emerald eyes you see sometimes. It's wild, right?
Haha.
Green eyes haven't been around that long.
Really?
Yeah, evolutionarily speaking, they're practically brand new. We're talking just a few thousand years.
Wow, I had no idea.
So today, we're doing a deep dive on green eyes,
By Paul Elms Bacardi.
the hows, the whys, what makes them so unique, all that good stuff.
I'm intrigued. Let's do it.
All right, so first things first, where did those first green eyes even pop up?
Right, good question.
So researchers think it all started somewhere between like 4,000 and 6,000 years ago.
Hmm.
The likely birthplaces, regions around Central Asia, maybe Northern Europe. Have you noticed how green eyes are kind of concentrated in those areas?
Yeah, actually, now that you mention it.
There's a reason for that. It's
Mm.
all about genetics.
Okay, so like with those ancestry DNA kits.
Exactly. Think about it. They use similar techniques to trace back those green-eyed origins. By looking at the genetics of different populations, scientists can pinpoint where certain traits, like, well, captivating green eyes, probably first showed up. And, yep, it keeps pointing back to those regions.
That's fascinating. So it's more than just melanin, right? Because we know that plays a part in eye color.
Yeah, you're right. It's more nuanced than just, like, how much melanin you've got.
It's about how the light interacts with it, right?
Okay.
Like think about the sky. Why is it blue? It's that Tyndall effect thing, yeah. The way light scatters when it hits those tiny particles. So green eyes, they're like this cool mix of melanin and light scattering.
So less melanin, more light scattering in the iris, and boom, green eyes.
Yeah, exactly. It's way more delicate than, say, brown eyes. They just soak up more light because they've got more melanin.
Whoa, so our eyes are like prisms then, splitting that light into all those cool green shades.
Pretty much.
So cool. Okay, but what about the genes? How do they code for all this?
Yeah, genes can seem complicated. Think of them like a blueprint or like a really detailed recipe book.
Okay, like that.
So for eye color, two main genes are in charge, OCA2 and HARC2.
Okay, key names.
Right. But get this, those genes, they don't just do eye color, they affect other stuff too, like your skin and hair.
Wow, it's all connected.
Totally.
Yeah.
Now, specifically for green eyes, we're talking about slight variations in those OCA2 and HARC2 genes. Yeah, like tiny tweaks in the code, SNPs, they call them. And these SNPs, along with some other genes like 2YR and SLC24A4, they fine-tune how melanins spread out in your iris, and that's what gives you those unique shades of green.
So if you've got green eyes, chances are your hair and skin tone are also influenced by those tiny tweaks.
Exactly. It's all in the genes.
That's amazing. But how did those green eye genes spread? Like, they started in those specific areas, right?
Right. So that's where migration comes in. And, well, people getting together, you know.
Love.
Yeah, exactly. So those Celtic and Germanic populations with more green eyes today, that hints at a connection to those early green-eyed folks from Central Asia and Northern Europe. Over time, as people moved around, interacted, maybe fell in love, those genes for green eyes tagged along, spreading further and further.
Wow. So something as simple as eye color can tell us so much about, like, human history, migration, how we're all connected, what other secrets are hidden in our DNA just waiting to be discovered.
Right. Who knows what we'll uncover next?